During the recent World Conference on Anti-Aging, some of the common questions physicians asked were about frequency and power in the different PEMF devices. We thought we'd address these two questions in this short video. First, we'd like to discuss frequency. The unit of frequency is the Hertz, and it measures cycles per second. It's named after the German Jewish physicist Heinrich Hertz. Well, PEMF frequencies vary greatly amongst different PEMF devices. And over the past 30 years, studies indicate that frequencies beneficial for human applications are mainly between the 1 and 50 Hz range. Now, this is the same as the Earth's natural magnetic field, which is created by the electrical currents generated by the movement of molten iron in the Earth's outer core. Electromagnetic pulsing frequencies that are above 100 Hz quickly decrease in their ability to contribute to the beneficial effects of PEMF on cells and bones. The higher the frequency, the lower the intensity. The protocols for PEMF devices are generated by scientific research and clinical studies. This data comes from research facilities such as Johns Hopkins University, the Mayo Clinic, different universities, hospitals, and research facilities around the world. Now, for instance, if one of the studies found that 5 and 15 Hz were effective in stimulating cartilage regrowth, but the device is only capable of functioning at two frequencies, let's say 10 and 33 Hz, this device would not be effective to treat cartilage. Curatron devices operate between the full spectrum of 1 and 50 Hz, covering the entire area of the Earth's natural and beneficial frequencies. The Curatron units are programmed to specific frequencies that are gleaned from these studies to benefit you. Well, next we'd like to discuss power. There's a lot of misinformation about PEMF and power. PEMF power is measured in microteslas, teslas, and Gauss. This is often confusing because different manufacturers use different measurements. A Tesla is a measurement of magnetic field density or magnetic flux strength, and it's named after Nikola Tesla. Now, a Tesla is usually broken down into smaller units. 1 Tesla is the equivalent of 1 million microteslas. Now, the old way of measuring magnetic field strength was in Gauss, named after another scientist, Johann Gauss. So 1 Tesla is the equivalent of 10,000 Gauss. So therefore, 1 Gauss is the equivalent of 100 microteslas. So they're just simply different units measuring the same thing, the same way that feet and meters both measure distance. Now, why is power important to us? Well, if we have two magnets and place them close together, the magnetic field will pull them even closer. Now, depending on the strength of the magnetic field, the attraction that takes place is either small or great. If the two magnets are too far away from each other, they will not move. Similarly, if the magnetic field strength in a PEMF device is too weak, it will not be able to reach the area that you want to stimulate. You may find a device that will cover the right frequencies, but you also need the power to penetrate. Some devices top out at 35 or 70 or 100 microteslas. These devices may help oxygenate the blood, which travels to the body every 20 seconds, but the Earth's natural magnetic field is between ranges of 22 microteslas and 67 microteslas, depending on your location on the planet. That is why when you take off your shoes and socks and walk by the ocean, you feel refreshed. PEMF is in the process of recharging you. So if a device is only giving you 70 microteslas, you may as well take a walk on the beach, drop your shoes and socks, and you will get a charge of a similar amount. It'll also cost you a lot less. However, if you want to penetrate the body's core or the bones, a stronger field is going to be needed. Again, an example. If an internal organ was stimulated by a frequency of, let's say, 16 Hz, and your device was capable of delivering that frequency, but the device was not strong enough, doesn't have a strong enough magnetic field, there's not enough microteslas, it could not penetrate perhaps more than a centimeter or two. The magnetic fields would not be able to reach that internal organ and treat it. You would just treat the blood, but the blood cannot carry magnetic fields. So Curatron has a wide array of models. The Curatron Home model has 7,000 microteslas in the mat and up to 20,000 microteslas on the pad. The XP, SE, and the PC have up to 15,000 microteslas with the mattress and 100,000 microteslas with the very high coil B. Now this is necessary for treating and stimulating cartilage or for bone regrowth. Well, the Curatron 3D takes things to a whole new level, with 160,000 microteslas in the butterfly coil. It's capable of penetrating the skull and reaching the midbrain for treating things like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, depression, or post-traumatic stress. The mat itself has 50,000 microteslas, which creates like a 3D bath of pulsed electromagnetic fields penetrating the entire body. So when looking for a PEMF device, it's going to depend on what you want to treat as to which device you choose. Remember, you want to look for a couple of things. First, a full range of safe and beneficial frequencies from 1 to 50 Hz. And second, the power to penetrate depending on what the issue is that you want to treat with your PEMF device.